audience out there. I'm going to turn it over to Kira, who's our speaker tonight. Kira, the floor is yours. I think it's more appropriate if you can establish some rapport with the audience and kind of give your backgrounds. I think that's a great place to start.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I just have to give a shout out. I've been in the dental world for a long time. I started as a dental assistant and became a treatment coordinator and a scheduler and a biller and an office manager and a regional manager. And then I actually taught at Midwestern University's dental college. So shout out if any of you guys are on there. But I have worked with a lot of supply companies, and Darby is definitely one of the top supply companies that I have known and that I work with. So definitely want to give kudos there. And then CareStack, agreed. I'm super honored to be here. CareStack is definitely, like you said, Jim, a growing name. It's kind of been EagleSoft and Dentrix owning the market, and then Open Dental's been coming in, and CareStack. I work with hundreds of clients across the nation, and CareStack is actually becoming one of the top names of new startups, new practices shifting over. So definitely honored to be here, excited. And I got to give a shout out to Robert and saying hello from Flagstaff. We also have Vargas from New Jersey. So guys, I like to know where you're coming from. I'm in Reno, Nevada. So I want you guys to, I'll go back. I don't want to get you guys excited, but I want to hear where you guys are from. So pop it in the chat. I'm a chat girl. I watched the chat, the whole presentation. All right, Salt Lake. I was just there last week. Welcome. Super happy to have you here, but I'm seeing a Texas come through. I'm seeing a New Jersey, South Carolina, Chicago, Sacramento. Get it in there, guys. Florida, Sandy, I love it. Hawaii, Sacramento. Ooh, going out to my Sac town. That's where I grew up. Florida, we got some Georgia in there, Dallas. I love it. Atlanta, keep them coming, guys, because honestly, believe it or not, I'm pretty outgoing. But I also feed off of your energy. So this presentation tonight will be way better if you're participating. So you can ask questions. Jim's going to watch, oh my gosh, Delaware. Oh, I've got another Reno, Nevada.
No, local person there. Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Local. Thank you.
And Kira, if it's all right, I'm going to throw out a poll there as you get started. Yeah, so we know like who's comprising your audience, if that's all right.
Of course, guys. I just want you to participate because yes, I've got content. Yes, I'm excited to share with you. However, this is your meeting. You dedicated time. You came here. So I want you guys to ask questions. So pop it in that chat, guys. The poll. We'll actually move to the poll. What's your role in the dental practice? We'll put it up there. I love to see. Okay. Office managers. Hey, shout out to that assistant out there. You're my person. Dennis, hygienist, patient coordinator. Keep them coming on. Another Salt Lake City. I love hearing from you guys because I feel like I'm not just chatting with me and Jim. I actually get to participate with you guys. All right. It looks like we've got quite a few office managers here, quite a few dentists, hygienists, patient coordinators, and dental assistants. So I like to see hygienists, you're trumping those doctors today. So good to see. I've got tips and ideas for every position in the practice. That's something Dental A Team definitely does. So let's get a move on this. So I just wanted to congratulate you guys. You guys are the top 20%. I'm going to get rid of this poll. You guys, I mean, those hygienists, they want to win docs. Do you see that? They're like, we're going to say more.
They're in the pole position. That's right.
There we go. So super fun, guys. But I just wanted to congratulate you. You guys are the top 20% of practices and team members that are here. You guys are the type of office that I, as a patient, want to go to. You're investing in yourself. You're investing in your practice. And you're the ones who are going to actually change lives. Most people don't attend CE. Most people just do their thing. And what I've learned, my body has physically been in, I think, 150 dental practices. I travel a lot, almost every single year. I can hit all 50 states in the United States. Yes, that's every year. You heard right. So that's why I'm like, ooh, where are you guys all at? Bronx, I've been there. I love the Bronx. Maine, definitely go up to see Maine here and there. You guys are beautiful in the fall. But I just wanted to congratulate you. You guys are amazing people that are here. So thank you for being here. This is a fun picture. This is actually Jeffrey Shaw. He's an author of The Self-Employed Life. I'm a big reader. I love to read, and he's one of my favorite authors. So that was right before his book launched. So if you guys are needing something to like pep you up, a phenomenal, phenomenal author. All right, so who we are the Dental A Team. I think it was Jim or Jeff or Josh. I think I've got like 3 J names on here tonight. They asked me, Kira, did you name the Dental A Team after the actual A Team, like with Mr.
That was me. Yeah, back in the show in the 80s. I grew up with that show.
Yes. So the answer is yes. Our original design of our logo had bullet holes in it. But I thought maybe I should pull that off a little bit. But I get asked the question often, Kira, is your last name really Dent? And the answer is yes. My last name really is Dent. I work in dental. It's not a stage name. I just make the joke. I went to BYU and I had 3 fiancés to get that last name. So y'all can just like make a good laugh about it. But we love what we do. We have a team of traveling consultants that actually physically fly to your practice. So we do customization. We're not a consulting company that has an A to Z cookbook. It's literally, what does your practice need? What's real time? And also all of us have been you. So our whole team has dental assistants, treatment coordinators, schedulers, billers, office managers, regional managers, and we also have hygienists on our team. So doctors, we aren't you, but we understand so much of it. We're business owners, and most of our practices that we do work with usually see a 10 to 30% increase in revenue in their first 30 to 60 days. And tonight, I'm actually going to share some of those secrets with you, some of the things that we do in practice that you can go implement on your own. If you struggle implementing, hey, let us know. And then if you don't know, we also have a podcast. It's called the Dental A-Team Podcast, and it's purposely made for small, short tips. So all the things I teach you guys tonight, actually we have podcasts for. So I want to know who's pumped. I literally have had offices who have gone from 50% case acceptance to 100% in one day. I'm not exaggerating. I've done it time over time again. So I want you guys to pop in that chat. Who's excited to increase their case acceptance? Like at least a couple percentages. Who wants to find ways to help more patients? Get it in that chat. I want to hear if you're pumped to do this because I'm excited for you. But woohoo! All right. Alicia,
people are even raising their hands. That's impressive.
Raising the hands, getting it in there. Yes, you guys, the more you participate, I don't want you to sit passively. When I go to events, I often sit back unless I've got my buddy. But I mean, I've only got 4 people who are in there, and there are way more than 4 people. So get in that chat. Who's excited for tonight? Absolutely. Katie Henderson, I'm giving you a massive shout out. Thank you for that. Bring it in, guys. The more you participate, the more you'll get out of this. I'm watching your chat, so it's like I'm sitting there live. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Keep it coming. I'm seeing a woohoo. I'm in. Absolutely. Yes, playing full out. All right, let's get rocking, guys. So today we're going to kind of dive into how to increase your case acceptance from 50% to 100% in one day. But I want to give you things that work in a practice. I'm really tactical and practical. You're here, you're participating. So let's give you some things that you could go implement tomorrow if you're one of those Friday offices. Thank you, Sarah. Hey, Sarah, I know you. It's so fun to see you. So I'm glad to see you guys out there. But really, tonight's going to be tactical. So take notes, participate. When I ask a question, pop it in that chat. The more you participate, the more you'll get out of it. And also it makes my life more fun because I'm watching you guys and I feel like I'm hanging with you. So let's get this going on. So first up is I want you guys to, this is always my rule in any presentation I do, is if you're not tracking or following, or I said something you don't agree with, get it in the chat, ask your questions, because that's how you're going to take this home with you. So it doesn't bother me. I'm a very active presenter. I don't like to just talk to you. I like to engage with you. So just make sure you're asking questions if you have them. We will have a Q&A at the end, but hey, I might be able to just interject it real quick for you as we go along. So I love quizzes. I love personality quizzes. I love to know how I rank. I'm highly competitive. I grew up with 7. There were 7 of us in my family. I'm number 2 of 7 kids, and I had all brothers around me. My 2 younger sisters, I'm 12 and 15 years apart from them. So I love to know how I rank. So I want you guys snap out your phones. So snag your phones. I want you guys just to take a quick picture and take a quick quiz. Let's see how you rank on your case acceptance. We made some questions of how other practices do. So I want you guys to pop it in there. And I will say, Sissy and Shelby, they're on my team. Shout out to them. They are going to be watching for your responses, and they are going to randomly select somebody from the quiz. And we're going to give away a prize at the end of it tonight. So pop in there. I want to see how you guys are doing. I'll give you a couple quick minutes to do it. Yes, put your email in there. Don't worry, we will not spam you. But that's just so you can see your results, and we can make sure we choose you as a winner tonight. So pop it in there. I want you guys to quickly do it. I'll do it along with you so I know how long it'll take. But just pull out your phone. If you need help, Sissy or Shelby, if you're on there and can pop in the chat, if they can't get their phones to work, just a quick link, that'd be super helpful. But there's just a couple of quick questions. Let's see how you guys do on that case acceptance. As soon as you get your answer, Elizabeth, don't worry, Sissy and Shelby are gonna be popping in real quick on that chat. They'll send you a link so that way you can take it. I want you guys, once you get your results, put in your percentage in the chat. Don't worry, Sissy and Shelby are on it. They're gonna be sending you a link real quick.
Kira, if you want, have Sissy send me the link because I don't know if she's in as a panelist and can see this
Got it.
possibly. So if
All
she
right,
wants to
guys,
put the
don't
link
you
herself,
worry.
that's okay.
Guys, I'm already on it. I'm already on it. There you guys go.
Okay,
Let me
perfect.
just put this in here real quick to everybody, panelists and attendees. There you guys go. That should be your
Perfect.
quick link for you. That's what the quiz looks like. So this way we can see what your acceptance is. So there you guys go. It's okay, Karen. Me too. I see you, girl. So just click that link. I'll pop it in here again. Click on that link or use your phone. Not a worry at all. And let's just take that quiz together. Once you get your results, don't you worry. I want you to put your percentage. It'll give you a percentage, and I want to see what you guys are getting. Okay, so get it in there. Let's see how you guys do. And this is great. They'll tell you some ideas of where we need to improve. And don't lie. I'm not going to see your results, so you can be honest. You've got to have honesty there. I wish I had some music because now it just got awkward for all of us.
That's okay. I know it's hard when you're doing a course, you're talking to a black box, right? It's not like you're in person.
If you guys were in person, I'd be having you make paper airplanes with me right now. So fill this in. I'm excited. Sissy and Shelby will be hanging out, seeing how you guys are doing. I want to make sure everybody can get this quiz taken. There's only 12 questions, pretty easy, 2 of which are your first and last name. All right, so the results should be in your email. I just tried it with you as well. So you'll get an email that says, thank you for filling out Dental Team's case acceptance score quiz. I just checked my phone to make sure. So as soon as you submit it, it's like, don't lie on your email. We need the right one. But for me, my score was 35. So, and there were a grand total of, let me double check this. Should have given you a percentage. Apologies on that. Oh, we got 45, 24, 20, 15. They're coming in. Let's see. Let's see who the highest one is. We've got quite a few. Donna coming in at 45. That's a pretty high number. I had 35, 19, 41, Mackenzie. All right, keep them coming. I want to know how you guys are doing. What's your score? What's that score for you guys? Keep them coming. I've got a few of you. As soon as you get your email, it will tell you your result. So far, oh, we got a Teresa coming in at 40. Donna's at 40. Donna, I think you're still trumping us at the highest one. You must have had 5s the whole way down, sister. That's pretty impressive. I like it. 32 for Emma. Nice job. Our RDH out there. Beautiful work. Keep them coming. 32, 41. All right. Keep them coming through. The great news is 24 for Haley. And I love quizzes because I like to see where I rank against other practices. You guys are kind of isolated islands out there. And so if we can give you some ideas of where you're ranking, maybe where we could improve, that's why I like to give you guys this quiz. So all right, let's move on. Keep them coming. As soon as you get those results, pop them in the chat. I want to make sure I give you some content, but I also wanted to give you a baseline. We don't have that baseline. We don't know what we need to improve on or what we can change. So 32, 30, 35, keep them coming. I had a 35 on there too. I think the high score is 45. So that can help you rank to see, okay, well, was that a good number? 46. So when I lied, it's out of 50. I'm making this up because I don't remember how many questions. There were 12, but 3 were that. So that'd be 9 times 5 should be 45. But there's 46, Wendy. I don't know how you got that, but I like that you got 46. So Elizabeth, no frown faces over there. 10, that's okay. Hopefully you looked at some of those questions and you can then take it down. So I'm an active note taker. Tiffany, we can help you out on that. It should be in your inbox. So take a look there. But I want you guys to take notes. What were some of those things that maybe came up for you, maybe showed you what things we could improve on? So let's move on to this part. First things I found with case acceptance, 100% actually is psychology. My undergrad was marriage and family therapy. I was going to be a therapist. No joke. I was sitting in my interview. I was interviewing at OSU in Maryland, and I was so excited to become a marriage and family therapist. I had been a dental assistant and a treatment coordinator, and I decided I was going to become a therapist. And I remember sitting in my interviews, and guys, I am not joking. They asked me a question, and I remember thinking as they were asking me this question, I was like, I wonder how that crown seat's going. I wonder how Mrs. whomever, how she's doing today. Cause I had remembered my entire schedule. So while I'm sitting in an interview for my future career, I'm literally thinking about my patients at the dental practice. And that was a moment where I realized I don't think I actually want to be a therapist. I don't think I want to hear people's problems. I think I want to be in the dental world and love it. And so that's actually where I pivoted. But I found that that psychology piece is actually what makes up the bulk of your case acceptance. So with this, I want you guys, we're going to play a quick game. So get out a pen or paper. It's okay if you're on your phone. You can just answer questions. But oftentimes we're born as people. Believe it or not, you got to be a person, and that's a positive, and it can also hold you back. So I want to hopefully break through tonight some of your natural assumptions. So as we go through, tell me, I showed you your first picture. I want you, this gentleman right over here, you guys can put it in the chat. You guys, I love hearing it in the chat. What do you think about this guy? What is the first thing that comes to your mind? Put it in the chat. I want to hear, what do you guys think of this man? And it doesn't matter. There's no right or wrong. I'm not judging. It's not political. I want you honest, because for me, okay, needs braces crowding. I see you hygienists out there. What else do we think of? What do we think? Stressed. All right. What else do you guys think of this man over here on the left of your screen? Just put it in there. It's okay. But he has a nice smile. It's okay. I'm not judging you. I just want to remember, if I were to say puppies, you put a lot of things in there. Money is tight in reference to being happy. Family Guy, happy. Okay. All right, you guys are doing great. Thanks for participating. Okay, next picture. You guys ready for this? Here we go. What's the first thing that comes to mind about this guy? Put it in there. Jim, you can participate too. It's not just for
okay, I will definitely.
Okay, if you want. Retired. Number 9 looks too long. I like it, Amanda. Joy, bliss, relaxed, happy, relaxed. All right, what else do we think about this man? It's okay. It's okay. Retired, having fun, enjoying, worried. All right, there is no right or wrong. I just want you to get your natural assumptions out there. Joyful, happy, nice spirit. Okay, all right, keep it up. Next one. What do we think about this lady right here? Tell me what you guys think. What's the first thing that's coming to your mind? The first judgment you make about this woman? What is it? Single mom, love, keep them coming, keep them coming. Annoyed, happy, exhausted mom, keep them coming. I want your natural assumptions. Stressed, tired, calm, caring mom, keep them coming. Happy, love, stressed about something, proud. Okay, all right. Next one. You guys ready? What about, let's do this guy. What do we think about this guy? I usually get some funny comments on this one. Tell me what your first big sister, lucky, college student, happy, creepy. Irene, there it comes. It comes every time. Keep them coming. Happy, proud. What do we think about this man? Living his best life? Yeah. Or maybe he's being like shipped out of his apartment. I'm not sure. Trying to pose happy, excited, happy, simple. What else do we think about him? Moving. Kathleen, you and me both. We're thinking, got someone out of his league. Amen. Mark. I love it. Helping her move in this state. Thank you, Jim. That was a good one. Weird, awkward, newly married. All right. First assumptions. Okay. Last picture. You guys ready? What do we think about this man? What do you guys think about him? Give me some. So we got successful. What else do we have? What's the first thing that comes to your mind? And it's okay. I'm not judging you. I don't even know you. So dentist, smart. Oh, dentist. Where was he 30 years ago? Classy, money. Is he married? Handsome. All right, come on, men. Don't let the women take over. You can respond to smart, marketing, professional. I had somebody on there, right? Like probably cheats. And I was like, oh, well, there you go. Okay. Joel, look alike, professional, cover of a men's magazine. All right. Thank you guys so much for participating, because at the end of the day, guess what? These natural assumptions actually run your case acceptance. Believe it or not, this is actually what's running through behind the scenes every time you're presenting treatment to a patient, whether you choose to see it or not. What if I told you this man, we all said professional plastic surgeon. What if I told you he actually just lost his job? He bought this suit from the thrift store and he's living with his parents and he got laid off. Instantly, we're like, whoa, Kira, you took that deep. Like this was all fun and games. Emma just said, and I believe it. The reality is we can't know anything about these patients. Some people, when I go into practices, they say, Kira, I know these patients. I know them and I know they can't afford it. Stop right there. That's actually not true. That's a story. Amen, Emma, because we assume things. So something I really want you guys to get through is, guess what? These are just stories. We don't know these people. We don't know what their background is. Even if you know someone, you don't really know them. So many people, they're like, but Kira, they're a single mom. They can't afford this treatment. And I say, guess what? What if they just got a tax return? There is more money in the economy than we have ever seen before. So what about all these different things? So I really want you guys to realize, number one, we're judging all day long whether we choose to have it. So we have to work around it because we're human beings. We're going to judge. Did you know that instantly, I think it's within 1 second, the study said, we are determining if a person is a friend, a foe, or a potential mate. So hopefully none of your patients are seeing you as a potential mate, but instantly we're like friend, foe, potential mate. We are judging and making judgments all day long. That's human nature. That's okay. But now how can we use that human nature to increase our case acceptance? And for me, the phrase I choose to use is assume the yes. So every patient I have, I assume that they want to accept treatment. I assume that we're the best dental practice, because if I'm not the best dental practice, let's fix that. But if we are the best dental practice, guys, guess what? We need to 100% assume these patients want to accept. It is psychological, because guess what? If I think maybe they can't afford it, your body language, your words, everything you're doing is actually relating to that. So you're coming through. There's that subliminal message. Did you know in communication, there are pieces to it? Number 1 is body language. People pick up from communication our body language. Number 2 is tone. And number 3 are the words we speak. That's like 10% are the words we're speaking. It's body language and tone. So these natural assumptions are coming through. So if we can curb them and shift to every patient wants to say yes. I'm a solution guru, and I will find the solution, and I'm going to help you have a healthy mouth. It's not insurance. It's none of that. And believe it or not, I can usually tell what's in your bank account based on the size of a treatment plan you close, because it's comfortable for us. So I want you guys to get uncomfortable. You might agree with me. You might disagree with me. I'll tell you, sometimes we need a little bit of proof. My highest closed same day closed in a PPO practice. We're not fee for service, guys. Was an 80,000 closed same day credit card swiped. And I was like, whoa, we're buying a boat today. Okay. It was for a full mouth implant. I worked really hard when I was young. I looked like I was 5 years old. Like I couldn't even drive a car, and I was presenting treatment plans, and I felt like money was determining people's worth. And I had all these weird stories running through my mind. And I had to realize that, guess what? Bottom line is that I can assume, because whatever I assume is right, because I'm going to create that reality. If I assume this man wants to get his treatment done and my job is to help find the solution for him to have the healthiest mouth, I'm going to create that reality. You guys can do a quick activity with me. I want you all to look around the room real quick, and I want you to see how many things. I'm going to give you 10 seconds. I want you to see how many things in that room are white. On your mark, get set, go. Keep counting. 9, 10. All right. Close your eyes. How many things did you see that were red? I'm sorry, guys. How many things did you see that were red? Probably not that many, because you were looking for white. You were looking for white. You saw a ton of white. You were ready. In one office, I did this, and the girl blurted out 25. And I was like, how many of those white things did you say that were cream or off-white? But you wanted to count them to get more white numbers. I know. I did the same thing, guys. The exact same thing. Bottom line is we see what we're looking on and what we're focused. So in case acceptance, a lot of it is focus. Somebody asked the question of, could I repeat those items in order? The answer is yes. Body language is the number 1 communicator. I think 50% of our communication comes from body language. Then I think it's 30% or 35%. So it's like 55 and 35, like pretty high, comes from our tone. And then 10%, I know the 10% is the words we speak. So most of communication is subliminal. Most of communication is not even the words we're saying. So I want you guys to notice, what are your assumptions? These assumptions are going to create how we treatment plan. So I want you guys to use your personality to level up. Drop the assumptions. Come up with whatever phrase. For me, it was, I assume the yes. Every patient wants to say yes to me. That literally became my mantra. You can come up with your own. You can say whatever you want. But my job was, my patients are the best. My dentist is the best. And my job is to find the solution and help them get there. Period. That was it. I don't care about insurance. I don't care about other things. I'm going to find a solution. I've had patients like find gold in their backyard. This one woman, I didn't think she was going to be able to close a case. Neither did my team. I said, Sarah, go in there. Because she said, Kira, I know this woman. I've known her for years. And I said, Sarah, go in and present her the partial and the implant. And I want you to assume she's going to accept the implant. Just try it. Walk in there. Lo and behold, this little old lady who Sarah has known for years said the implant. I remember Sarah running out of the room. She's like, Kira, she wanted the implant. And I said, why? And she's like, she has gold in her backyard. And I was like, we never know what people have. So assume the yes. So let's go through this. DISC profiling. You guys can take a picture of this. You can go online. DISC is one of my favorite personality tests. because it can help you see who you are, and it can tell you your different actions, the things that you drive. You guys, I'm a DI. I'm more an I than a D. I love, love, love to interact with people and have people love me. So guess what? I hate rejection. That's a lot of case acceptances. We're so scared people are going to reject us. So utilizing your personality to level up. You guys can take this quiz if you want, but I want you guys to, like I said on here, assume the yes and present in full. Most of the time, case acceptance is low because we're so afraid of rejection. So I want you to realize, like, that's the fear. And just because they say no, it's no today. But there are ways that we can get around this. So I'm going to teach you guys some tools in your tool belt. So I want to give you guys 5 successful case acceptance tools. These are proven. I've done them in hundreds of practices, and they're really, really fun. So first and foremost is actually getting them into the mind frame of saying yes. So we're going to start with easy questions. Believe it or not, patients don't like to come to the dentist. We work in the worst industry, guys. They hate coming to the dentist. If you were to ask most people, do you want to go to the dentist? What are they going to say? Put it in the chat. You guys know. What will they say? It's a big N-O. No, they don't want to go to the dentist. So we've already got them in the mindset. Teresa, thank you. Shout out to you. Sissy and Shelby, I want you, like, give points for participation tonight too. That's who our winner will be. Points for participation. But the reality is, if we can actually get our patients to start to say yes, I'd rather give birth. Alicia,
That must have
amen.
come from a guy, though. That's not from a woman who'd say that.
That's true. Men would probably say, I would rather like speak in front of people than go to the dentist. And that is the number one like fear of people. So I'd rather get a shot. These things, people don't like to come to the dentist. So if we can actually shift it and start saying yes at the beginning of our appointments, guess what? You're going to be able to get them to, because we put them into a yes frame of mind versus a no. So for example, and try this, hygienist, I will 100% give you something to help with your fluoride and your perio acceptance. Getting them to say yes. I had a hygienist say, Kira, I heard your podcast. I tried this. And she's like, my fluoride acceptance went to 100%. She's like, I don't know what you do out there, but it is magic and I'm going to try it. So get out of your comfort zone, write these things down, and then we'll do some action at the end. So with this, we can ask, hey, can I lean you back? Yes. Can I perio chart? Yes. Can I put your bib on? Yes. Can we see what's going on? Yes. Giving them an opportunity to say yes to you at the beginning of your appointments actually starts to get them into a frame of mind of saying yes. We also can look for drivers of the patient. You can literally ask a patient, I've had offices do this, have it on a piece of paper that says, hey, also just so I'm on the same page with you, what is your top priority? And have this cosmetic, function, cost, or longevity. What is the most important thing to them with their dental needs? Guess what? We all think, and assume that patients don't want to pay for it, that cost is too expensive. But guess what? That's usually not true. We're assuming that because we're scared of those numbers. But most patients, they'll say cosmetic. You guys, I'm cosmetic and longevity. Give me the bottom line. It's okay. But I didn't realize that till somebody asked me this. But then what we can do is no matter what it is, if it's cosmetic or cost, we can actually link it back to that as a driver. So if it's cost, say, fantastic. It will never be cheaper or more predictable than it is today. So let's get you scheduled for that. If it's cosmetic, fantastic. Let's work on that beautiful, bright smile for you. So getting them to say yes, but also looking at their patient driver will help you know this. So next question. So that's the first part. Okay. So get them to say yes and find out what's driving them to accept treatment or what they want, because all of us have something that we want. And if we can find that, we can cater our treatment plans to it. It doesn't mean we change treatment. It just means how we present it is a little bit different. You guys, I love to travel. So if you could tie it into me on how this can help me traveling, I'm probably going to say yes more. I use an example of if all of us wanted to lose weight and there was an ice cream that said guaranteed to make you lose weight, we probably would all buy that ice cream. Now, I'm not saying false advertise, but I'm saying loop it into what do people want and get them to say yes at the beginning. So the next one is, you guys, here we go. This is the worst analogy. It's the worst acronym I could ever come up with, but guess what? You won't forget it. So these are called crap handoffs. Don't worry, I didn't tell Jim about this. So, we're just going to get a little wild over here. Okay. This works. So what this is it's teeing up treatment. So we've got it in the operatories, them saying yes. There was a question of like the dental implant center, the patient doesn't go into the operatory. That's okay. You can still say, hey, can I get your card from you? Hey, can I do this? Get them to say yes. It's all around. Front office, you can say, fantastic. Can I present the treatment plan for you? Get them to say yes, guys, because we're training them to say yes to us versus trying to say no to us. So on this, crap, guys, get ready. I'm so embarrassed right now. So this is for your clinical team, for people handing off to the doctor when they come in. This is going to be something you can get of leading the conversation. So CRAP stands for introduction, compliment, recap, and a personal note. So for example, doctor comes into the room. It's all about handoffs, guys. You can change this into your own thing. Your team will not forget. Gosh, it's embarrassing. When I do this in an office, I say, hey guys, how's it going? And they're like, good. The team's crapping on the doctor. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I should change this acronym. But hey, it works really well. So if we all can remember this, so when doctor comes in, what this actually does is it streamlines our handoff. So it's more consistent communication for our doctor and also for our team. We're looking to tee up treatment for them. And yes, you can do this not at the end of the appointment. You can do this in the middle appointment. So first is introduce the patient. So if a doctor comes in, I'd be like, hey, Dr. Sarah, this is Kira. You guys met last time. Kira is so excited to be here. Just so you know, Dr. Sarah, Kira has been doing an awesome job flossing. She has no bleeding on the distal of number 15. Guys, I don't care if I've got bleeding all over my mouth, find a way to compliment something. There's always something we can compliment them on. The reason this compliment's important is it actually puts the patient more at ease. So if a patient's more at ease, they're more likely to say yes to treatment. People are afraid doctor is going to come judge them. Guys, it's pretty intimate. You're going to look inside my mouth, very intimate, like it's a little scary. So let's break it down for them. Then we're going to recap the treatment discussed. Hygiene team, if you have not calibrated with your doctors, I love a thing called What Would Doctor Do? Where actually our doctor, we learn the same verbiage of them. We tee up treatment, and hygienists, even if you've done this, calibrate, have the same verbiage. So I'm going to recap the treatment that's discussed. Hey, Dr. Sarah, just so you know, Kira and I have chatted about the fact she probably has some SRP. And also I mentioned that top filling up there, you're probably going to recommend a crown. She already knows, she sees the fractures in there. But Dr. Sarah, you're gonna be the one to let her know what it's actually going to be. And also, just so you know, Dr. Sarah, Kira is headed off to Disneyland next week. All right, if we can have our whole team do this handoff, things happen really well. Number one, our doctors now have a personal connection. So you know how doctors come in? Guys, I was an assistant. I remember doc comes in like, they tell the same 3 funny jokes every time. And you're like, I've heard this every time. It's because your doctor's trying to connect with that patient. So if you guys find out the personal note for them, doctor immediately is connected and becomes a friend in common. Also, we've already talked about treatment. Hygienists, I know, clinical team, we get scared. We get scared of like, well, what if I said it was probably going to be a crown and the doctor comes in and does a filling? That's okay. Be a word ninja. Hey, great news. You actually only get a filling. It's okay. It doesn't demean you. It doesn't mean that you did anything wrong. But then go calibrate with your doctor. Ask them, hey, I thought that'd be a crown. Why did you diagnose a filling? That way they can teach you so you feel more confident doing it. But if a patient hears it multiple times, they're much more likely to accept. So that is a great, great handoff. It creates consistency. And guess what? All of you team members who want your doctors in and out quicker on those exams, if you all will do a handoff this way, your exams become much faster. Why? Because now the doctor knows who the patient is. Number 2, we've got the patient more at ease. Number 3, we've already talked about treatment. And number 4, doctor has a personal connection. So it's a great way to get them right in the zone. Notice, I haven't even talked about presenting the treatment plan. I'm doing a bunch of things before we even get there because I'm getting them in the frame of mind to have a successful yes. Here's the what would doctor do? Calibrating up so that way you guys have the same verbiage. You're co-diagnosing together. It helps the patient to accept it. So pro tip, dental assistants, you can do it before the doctor even gets in there. Save time. Hygienist, perio chart with them. Tell them about healthy gums and the numbers. So like a pro tip to help your patients accept SRP. If you tell them, hey, healthy gums, even if no one's in the room with you, all right? A lot of hygienists don't, they didn't realize this and it helps a ton, is tell them like healthy gum numbers are 3 and under. So I want you to listen out. I'm going to call out some numbers. I want you to listen and hear how many of your gums are healthy. And then ones that are over 3, we'll discuss it and I'll let you know the game plan. So then when you're 3-2-3, 3-2-3, 3-4-4, guess what? Now they're hearing it and they know, is that a good number? Is that a bad number? What does this mean? Let them know. Dental assistants, you can tee it up. You can show them x-rays. A lot of practices have this because if we can have our dental assistants and our hygienists saying the same thing as our doctor, they've heard it multiple times. So that's a big piece for you guys with the hygiene team, how you can get it calibrated and have those CRAP handoffs. Now, that's the first part. Okay, so we've got them saying yes. Then we have these perfect handoffs. We have ways to tee it up, have our patients co-diagnosing with us. Then we're going to move into what I call the NDTR. I don't care how you remember this acronym. I secretly hate acronyms, but hey, it works. One office said this is neuter, like I crap and don't get neutered. And I was like, hey, that's a really good way. Like I've got terrible acronyms over here. Somebody said never date the rookie. That was another good one that stuck. Somebody in North Dakota said North Dakota totally rocks. Nevada offices say Nevada doctors totally rock. New doctors, somebody said new dentist, tough road. So I was like, okay, great. But I will say this is where the magic happens, guys. This is what will take your 50% to 100% for you. You guys ready? Who's ready? Get it in that chat. It's been quiet over there. I've been watching. Get it in that chat. Who's fun? All right, there you guys go. I love it. All right. Alicia, girl, you are on fire. Let's do it. Thanks, Jessica. All right, guys. So this has to be directed by your doctor. All right. So docs, this is you. So team members, if you're here, snap a picture of this slide. You guys, we have our email at the end. I will happily share these slides with you. There's also a lot of podcasts on this. I don't know where I made this acronym up. It came from an office who didn't want to use a route slip. And I said, okay, here we go. So what this stands for is next visit, date to return, time needed, and recare. The reason I found that this works like literally magic, I'm not kidding. I added $27,000 to a practice in one day using this. I'm not kidding. Down here, Tony Robbins quote, execution trumps knowledge every day. So with that said, you got to implement this. So that means we've done our iCrap handoff. Doctor comes in, can I lean you back? Patient says yes to us. Doctor says, fantastic. Can I do a comprehensive exam? Absolutely yes. Fantastic. Doctor goes through, does a comprehensive exam. I don't care what you diagnose. Doctors, it actually doesn't matter. You're going in and assuming this patient wants it. If you are nervous to overdiagnose, just think they didn't get here today. It's been a process for them to get here. And also, you have a moral obligation. Regardless of what you assume about this patient, you have a moral obligation to tell this patient what's going on so they can decide how to solve it. I have thought about this often. If I went into a doctor's office and let's say, like, heaven forbid, I get cancer and I go in there and that doctor office looks at me and like, Kira, I just don't think she can afford this. Hey, Kira, we think you just need to take some vitamin C and we'll see you in a couple weeks. I'm sorry, what? You didn't even tell me what was going on because you assumed that I couldn't afford it. You assumed I didn't want to hear about it. At least let me know. There have been studies proven that people would rather hear worst case scenario than be left in the dark. Also, a really good phrase is choose your hard. Would you rather tell them today, like hygienist with perio, choose your hard. Would you rather sit there and do a bloody prophy and do it over and over and over again before you tell the patient that they need SRP? Or would you rather have the uncomfortable conversation today? Which is the harder choice to make and what's going to prep you for tomorrow? For a patient who's got a lot of work to do, great. A good phrase is the good news is. We can always tie it back to the good news is. So whatever your belief system is, whatever is going on, I want you guys to think about choose your hard. What's the harder route? So docs, I don't care what I don't care what your comprehensive exam is. If you're really hesitant to diagnose, I would say diagnose one more thing than you normally would. It's okay. Your patients trust you. And guess what? Whatever story you're choosing to believe, like, oh, Kira, if I diagnose all these crowns, my patients will hate me. You're going to make that into a reality. Just like looking for all the white. That's a story. It's not a fact. And if you can change that story to just like looking for red versus looking for white, I'm going to diagnose because it's my moral obligation and my patients are going to love me and appreciate me for it. Both are true. Both are true. You get to decide which way you want to go. So docs, what I need from you, all of us need this and all of you have to do it the same way. This is going to change your lives, guys. So number one, I need you to tell me what the next visit is. So doc, you do your entire comprehensive exam. Then you sit up, look this patient in the eyes. Don't be the awkward doctor sitting behind their head saying, okay, we want to see you back. I'm going to teach you. Give them the next visit. So, hey, Kira, we've talked about some things. Where I want to get started is in the upper right. Most doctors go upper right. I don't care what it is, or you can start with the biggest filling. It doesn't matter. I don't care where you choose. Doctors, I just need you to give me a directive. I need you to tell me where we're at. So this way I can start and the patient can start. As a treatment coordinator, I can't tell you how many times that patient came up and said, I don't know where we're supposed to start. Confusion does not lead to acceptance. Confusion actually delays acceptance because they're confused. They don't know. So they're going to put off a decision. So you've got to tell them. And we get them to, so here it is right here. This is where we're going to start. I want to see you back in about 2 weeks. I don't care, guys. Choose a date, 2 weeks, 1 week. I don't care if you've got opening tomorrow. The reason we say this is not for urgency, not to scare them, but it makes it easier for the patient to do it. If I were to have you guys in a room, I'd ask you the question, okay, guys, I want to see you ASAP. What is that? Some of you'd be like, oh, that's tomorrow. Some would say in a week. For my mom, ASAP at the dentist means in 5 years. Like, see you later. I don't like you guys. So it's relative. So docs, if you can give me an actual time to return. Now, if you've got busy schedules, I've got solutions for that. There's always a way to work around it. I need a date of when we want them to be back. Then I also need how much time. It's going to be great because your schedule will be better. Everyone knows what time. And also the patient now knows. For patients, they don't know that a crown is only an hour and a half. They might think, oh, a crown, I've got to take a whole day off. So what I'm trying to do right here is eliminate a lot of the objections that most patients have with case acceptance to help them to say yes. So docs, you saying, hey, Kira, I want to get started on the upper right with that crown. I would like to see you back in about 2 weeks, and I'll need you for about an hour and a half. And I'm going to make sure that Miss Sarah has your cleaning scheduled for you. What questions do you have for me? Can't wait to see you in a couple of weeks. Boom. Docs, if you will give me that, I promise you your case acceptance will skyrocket, because the goal should be a patient should be able to walk up front and say, hey, Kira, Dr. Smith was just in. They want me back in 2 weeks for that crown. And I think he said he wants an hour and a half. What? You guys, this is real life. This isn't a made up fairy tale. I have watched this over and over. I get to be a little fly on the wall in practices. If our doctors will do this, I promise you, your patients will walk up front and they're like, yep, ready to go. I need to do that crown. I'm sorry, what? It's amazing. There are lots of other pieces you can add into this, but if you will follow this model. Now, assistants, hygienists, front office crew, we've got to do the same thing. We've got to say the exact same thing. So clinical team, he'll say, all right, Kira, Dr. Smith wants to see you back in 2 weeks for that crown. It needs 90 minutes. We mimic, parrot our doctors so the patient hears it multiple times. So that is where we go to the next piece of welcome to 2021, guys. There was a recent study that was done. People have to hear things. I've heard 14 times, 21 times. It used to be 3 times we had to hear something before we take action. Why? Well, because guess what? Patients are inundated with commercials. We are inundated with ads on Instagram and Facebook and everywhere else you can possibly imagine. So what have we learned? We just scroll through. You've had to hear it 14 to 21 times. I don't know, pick your favorite number in there. So this way, we actually are able to teach our patients, they're able to hear it 7 times in a practice. First, it's with the iCrap handoff. Hygienists or assistants teed it up for the doctor. Then it comes in it's first when we've co-diagnosed. Next is when we hand off to the doctor with the iCrap. Third is when the doctor diagnoses it. Fourth is when the doctor does the NDTR handoff. Fifth is when we schedule in the back, which that's a pro tip. If you schedule them in the back, you're more likely to get yes. 6 is when the front office talks about finances on it. And 7th is when you see them later, like, hey, we'll see you for that crown when we see you back in 2 weeks. They've heard it 7 times, guys. And if all of you will say it the same way, I promise you, your case acceptance will skyrocket. People are like, Kira, does this really work? $27,000 in one day. I think that is a pretty good acceptance rate. Seeing that.
Kira, just a heads up, you got the 8-minute warning.
It's okay. Don't you worry. I'm a really good time person. Okay, guys, you good with that? All right, here we go. So tip number 4 is schedule in the back or schedule first. So what I mean by that is we use the exact same verbiage of this NDTR. Clinical team, if you want to rock it out, schedule. Okay, great. Doctor wants to see you back in 2 weeks for that crown. And I've got for an hour and a half, I have Monday at 4 p.m. or Tuesday at 9 p.m., which works best for you. This way we get them to schedule, because what happens is we're putting an emphasis on treatment, not on money. So it's really psychology. People are like, Kira, that's stupid. Are you trying to hide the money? The answer is no. If the person says, well, how much is this going to cost? I'll say, no problem. Doctor's schedule is super busy. So let's get that reserved. And then I'm going to go over everything with you. Perfect. Great. We've got them scheduled in. It's all psychology, guys, and it's all sequence. I heard the great analogy of sequence matters. I can have a combination lock of the combinations 4-3-2. I can enter 2-3-4, my lock won't open. I can enter 3-2-4, my lock won't open, because sequence matters. So a lot of case acceptance is just putting it in the right sequence and having your patients already prepped to say yes. So number 5 is presenting the treatment plan. This is where we're at talking money. Remember, I had you guys all about our assumptions. So go into it assuming the yes. Assume these patients want to have it. So I want to real quickly go over the facts of what a treatment plan is. It's a service people are paying for, and that's it. It's a conversation to get treatment done. It is not, because I hear this often, it is not defining their worth. It is not qualifying for them for treatment. It's not determining how much money they have. And it is not a conversation with emotional attachments unless you create that. It is simply presenting a service that they're going to pay for. That's it. So when we present the treatment plan, right here, I'm tying it back to what we talked about before, tie it back to what they want. So let me walk you through this. So hygienist comes up to the front, they hand off, hey, let's have Jim be our treatment coordinator. I'm the patient. Hey, Jim, here's Kira. Doctor wants to see Kira back in about 2 weeks. Going to get started up on that crown. Needs about 90 minutes for it. And I've already got her cleaning scheduled. Kira, Jim is amazing. He's going to take great care of you. Awesome. That was a perfect handoff. Now, treatment coordinator Jim is going to pick this up and say, hey, Kira, awesome. How was your visit today? Dr. Smith's amazing. Don't you just love him? Great. Fantastic. Well, let's get you scheduled for that treatment. It looks like I've got Wednesday or Friday, which works best for you. I'm going to get them scheduled. Then I'm going to say, beautiful. And I notice like you're wanting cosmetic. That's your number one dental need. Awesome. Well, let's get you that beautiful smile. So it looks like we have, and I'm going to literally have my treatment plan. Medenta is one of my favorites for presenting treatment plans. Yappy's great. Flex is great. Printing it out's fine, but I'm going to present in full. Now this is tricky. Sequence matters. Okay, guys. So a lot of people get scared of rejection. So they say, oh, your insurance is going to cover this. Stop. Pretend you just swore when you say insurance. Don't say it. Insurance is a coupon. All right. So first of all, I'm going to say for the total for that crown, it's going to be this. I'm not going to say the number out loud because when I say it's $1,000, Jim, that feels scary. If there's just that one with 3 little zeros behind it, not as scary. So I just point to it. And then I'm going to say, it looks like your insurance is estimated to cover this. So your total out of pocket when I see you on Wednesday will be this. And I sit and I smile, and it's called the art of silence. Because guess what? They're not going to reject me. They're not going to say no to me. My job is to create the solutions. So Jim is maybe sitting there thinking like, okay, $1,000. I've got this return coming in. I've got to take the kids to dance. I think I could probably fit it in. They're just processing what's going on. So sit there and smile. And then they're going to come. They're going to say, yep, that works, or no, that doesn't work. So with financing, there's always a solution, and I want you to find it. Keep it simple. I suggest you do 3 financing options. Care credit, you can do membership programs, you can do pay in full, whatever you choose, but I don't like options for more than 3 because what it does to the treatment coordinator is I get confused. So if I've got 3 options, a great phrase for financing is, okay, guys, do you have, like if they say, hey, do you have some financing things? I say yes. Or even before I get there, because it feels awkward, I can say, here's the total. And Jim, I'm just curious, do you have savings for this, or would you like to talk about some financing options? That's a great way to say it. So it's not this awkward, like, do you have money? Do you not have money? But I'm always walking in before I even present this. I'm assuming Jim wants to say yes to me. All right. Now, when there are objections, guess what? Like I said, pick your heart. So what does my insurance cover? Insurance is a coupon. And also we can tie it into, hey, insurance is great. They're going to help, they're estimated to cover this. It will never be cheaper or more predictable than it is today. So let's get this scheduled. Excuse me, notice I'm always saying, let's get this scheduled. Let's do this. If a patient says, it doesn't hurt, do I need to do this? It will never be cheaper or more predictable than it is today. So let's get this scheduled. Another key thing is you're worth it. A lot of patients forget that they're worth it. So let's remind them, you're worth it. Ask more questions. What do you need to be solid in this, Jim? I want to make sure you're rock solid in getting this treatment done. What questions do you have for me? Don't say, do you have questions, but what questions do you have for me? Again, it's all about little nuances. So then there's tracking and follow-up. You can track it. Like I said before, a treatment coordinator typically closes something close to their actual bank account because that's what they're comfortable with. So we want to make sure that you guys get beyond that. Assume the yes. Assume these patients want to say yes to you. I love to do a treatment tracker follow-up, and I follow up in 2-2-2. So I call in 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months. That's my model. So you can have this in an Excel spreadsheet, follow up in 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months. If they say no to me, guess what? They still leave with an appointment. I say, fantastic, Jim. No problem. I'm going to give you a call in a couple of days just to see what questions you have for me. Awesome. I'm not letting him leave. I will always have a follow-up with him, and I will be checking in with him. So now, guys, it's wrap-up time. It's action time. You learned so many things. I want you to look over your list, and I want you to see what must get done. What are you going to go implement on Friday or on Monday? What's your deadline? Why are you going to do it? Because guys, this is where the magic happens. You just listened to this whole presentation, heard a lot of good ideas. You guys were super chatty with me, which I appreciate so much. But what are you going to go implement? Because you've got to do the uncomfortable until it becomes comfortable. And I will say, if I was starting anywhere, I would start with NDTR handoffs. I'd put it on my route slip, have people fill it in, and get really good at that because you'll see, massive, massive results with it. Oh, Jim,
hold on, Kira, turn it. Yeah, don't reveal that yet. Let's stay here for a moment. This is amazing. This is great stuff. We've got a couple of questions. And in a moment, we're going to give you the verification code so you can log back into CE Zoom and get your CE credit. I promise that at the top of the hour, we will have that for you. But we have a couple of questions. Do you mind if we take them here?
Not at all. Don't worry, guys. You can't see that code yet. But somebody asked, can I put the Excel spreadsheet back up? And the answer is yes. I'm just trying to get this to like move. Here you go. There you go. So while we ask the questions, and I'll move forward, I just want you to see this real quick. And I will also say, guys, we're going to show you that CE code, but stay tuned because there's a winner. I'm not telling you what it is, but it's a really, really, really awesome prize. And I can't wait to give it to you. So let's ask some questions. Pop them in the chat. Jim, I am ready for you.
Yeah. So the first one is from, I think it's Chiara. I apologize if I butchered that. Where do you recommend to present the treatment plan? Do you recommend presenting in the operatories?
Great question. The answer is yes. I prefer chairside if we can accommodate it. If we can't accommodate it, then I recommend at least having clinical teams schedule. This is where block scheduling comes in really paramount, but statistically proven, they actually have proven that if you can present chairside, you will have higher case acceptance. With a lot of my elite practices, not all practices get here, but my really, really elite, I actually train the clinical team to present chairside and to present treatment plans, to talk money, to be able to do this. That way you can have that higher case acceptance.
So Kira, we got a lot of questions about getting the Excel spreadsheet. Kira's going to put up her contact information.
Yes, of course.
And I'd recommend that you just reach out to her. And after this program is over, and that's the best way to get her content. And her, we're not big on just bombing people with emails.
Yes.
Of everything. So we have a couple of questions that came in the chat feature, but also and we'll try to take as many as we can here. So what if the dentist has a habit of being late? What are your suggestions there?
Okay, so what I do is I like to make everything into a game or fun. So with those doctors, I just ask them, I don't know how it works, but most doctors try to get in at the very end of the appointment. So what I have is actually this cool little laminated sheet that says time in and time out. So hygienists, yes, you have to get up and walk to the doctor. It's laminated, so we keep it sterile and clean. And I usually like it in like bright neon pink or neon green. And I have like the time I dropped the card in the room and the time I need the doctor to be out, like completely done with my exam. So for example, if it's 10 o'clock, I'm going to drop that by 10:15 and I need my doctor out of there by 10:45. What's cool is because there's a little visual for the doctor. Someone even wanted to put like a little clippy pen on the doctor, whatever your doctor likes. But that way your doctors start to get in and out sooner and on time, and try that. Doctors have told me they dream of those little sheets coming in at them, which is great because then they're going to remember to come for their exams, but also get them in as soon as possible. So hygiene team, as soon as you've got the diagnostics, anything you need to have them be able to do an exam, let them know you're ready, summon them. Some people use Blue Note and they will actually just have it where it's like, as soon as they put it, there's an auto reminder in like 10 minutes or 15 minutes to hopefully help you with that.
Awesome. Kira, we have two more questions.
Sure.
Then Kira's going to reveal the winner. And as a reminder, after Kira's done, we're going to give you the code at the top of the hour. And then if you want to hang on for the CareStack demo, we're going to raffle away a $150 Amazon gift card. Jeff Daly is sponsoring that from his own pocket. So thank you, Jeff, for generosity. So if you can hang on for a 10-minute demo, you're going to get a chance and we're going to raffle away that gift card. So two more. How do you feel about permission statements?
About what?
How do you feel about permission statements?
Permissions like consent forms. I'm pretty pro consent. So on every treatment plan, I hope I'm answering your question. I have every person consent off on it and I make them sign it and it is signed in their chart and also given to the patient for sure. So if it's consent forms, absolutely yes, I am highly pro. I like them to be automated and electronic. So that way it's just all taken care of for them. So that's what I would suggest you do with that, but absolutely yes, pro. Also having that treatment plan signed and in their form is great. And I usually only have treatment plans good for, you can decide 30 days to 90 days. Just make sure you're always updating those fees on those treatment plans because our fees do change.
Thank you for speaking to that. The last question, and then you'll have to reach out to Kira directly, is do you incentivize for selling treatment plans or even same-day starts?
Ooh, okay. So guys, people ask me all the time, how did I take a practice from 500,000 to 2.4 million in 9 months? And the secret is same-day treatment. The most productive chair is a empty chair. So I love same-day treatment. So one thing I did to grow our practice it's a pain in the booty for tracking this bonus, just so you know. I'm pretty big on full team versus a solo person being incentivized when it comes to a dental practice. So what I did was actually, we took the amount of same-day treatment that we closed, of course, always keeping a VIP patient care. I do not believe same-day treatment is valuable or right if it's making our other patients late. So you've got to make sure it fits in. So don't do it because we're trying to get a bonus, but it's a great way for people to start looking for it. But I actually did bonus on all of our team doing same-day treatment. And so the amount of dollars that they closed in same day, we split it amongst our team. It's a total pain to track it, but I will tell you, it's one of the best, most effective ways to increase production and also to have patients start looking for it. If you don't want to incentivize that, I'm really big on end of day checklists, or as a team, we identify a couple of patients that we could do same day treatment on, and we set a goal. Maybe we want to have, say, 5 or 10 same day treatments within a week, and then we tally it up, pizza party or whatever we want to do from there. And guys, so many good questions in that chat. I want to answer all of them. So please, I'm going to share our information for you and announce our winner. Please email me. I'm more than happy to answer it. We love helping offices just like you guys. Like, these questions you're asking are things that we do all day long. Our coaching calls, our Zoom calls, our in-person meetings. Like, this is what I live for. My last name's Dent, guys. I freaking love dentistry and helping you guys become better. And because I'm on a mission to help the best dental practices be the most successful. Because if you guys can be the most successful, you're going to serve our patients. And I am on a moral mission to stop bad dentistry. So to grow the great practices out there to help patients get great dentistry. So please, guys, reach out to me. But can I share the codes and tell the winner?
Share the code now, yes, because otherwise they're going to show up on my doorstep.
All right, guys. So, and stay tuned because I'm about to give away over $1,000 prize. So I hope you guys are excited. I just told you. So code is 18. Don't worry, I'm going to show it again. Okay, you guys ready? You have to be present. If you're not here, then you are not going to win. So any of you who don't win tonight, you guys can scan this code, or also in your email, there's a link in there that you're welcome to do this. This is good until December 5th. So Sunday, and I'm not kidding, we're a person who actually stops on the deadline. We speak with integrity, but we have a 750-page customizable operations manual. So we've built job descriptions in there, checklists in there. We have a whole list of all the protocols you should have. People are obsessed with it. We have a 30, 60, 90-day onboarding packet for you guys for every position, including associates. Plus we have over 200 training videos. And so anybody who snags our operations manual this week, you're going to also get our team training videos for free. So we really, really, really wanted to just give back to you guys. So, but the person who wins tonight is going to get a free operations manual and also all those team training videos. So you guys can QR code that, or in your email, or email us. We've got our email down there, hello@thedentalateam.com. But who's ready for a winner? Who wants to win? Who wants to win the operations manual and the team training videos for life? You get them every time we update them. Put it in there. Me, I've got an Anna wants a me. I've got to put it in there. If you want to win, you better be in there. And this person better be here. Otherwise, I'm just picking somebody random. So, all right. They're coming through. Are you ready, Jim? Do you think they're ready?
Let's go for it. Yes.
Hey, guys, our winner is, and you have to be here. You have to put it in the chat. Otherwise, I'm picking somebody else. Farnaz Amini. I probably botched your name. Are you here? You're in Santa Ana, California. Farnaz Amini, are you here? You are the lucky winner of our operations manual, but you have to be there. If you're not there, you have a few minutes to claim it.
I see them logged in, but he's got to put, Farnaz is going to put something in the chat feature. And Kira, do you mind if I grab control of the deck now? Is that all right? Everyone's had a chance to scan the QR code?
Of course. Otherwise, okay, we're going to have 2 winners. You can have control. Our other winner is going to be, it's fine, we're giving away 2 tonight. Sissy gave me the approval. Our winner is, it is Melissa MC Lane. Melissa MC Lane, you are our second winner. You've been in the chat. Sissy was looking, there you are. Melissa McLean. All right, guys, be sure you, Sissy and Shelby will reach out to you. It was so fun, guys. I am so happy. I'll put our contact info in there. Stay tuned. CareStack's gonna give away a $150 Amazon card. Guys, it was so fun. Any of you who want to win that, be sure to snag it, that 10% off in those videos. Huge, 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 massive value. I just appreciate you guys so much tonight.